Use this timestamp to skip straight to the ranking. There are some Morrowind quests that are tedious to do. Perhaps they involve long distances. Maybe there's confusion about where to go and what to do. Or maybe there are annoying enemies. They are all different. What brings them all together is that they are annoying. I will tell you about 10 such quests and I will rank them from least to most annoying. A little disclaimer. To someone who has played and completed the game several times, these quests are not that bad, but they were a plague upon my house while I was a new player. And like that, let's begin. At number 10 is the Telvanni Stronghold quest, or more specifically, Phase 1. The NPC quest giver, Lunella Hleran, hides deep beneath the Telvanni Council Hall, and you need to navigate the unnecessarily lengthy passages every time you come to see her. She wants you to get 2 strong souls. It's okay if you're going to do other quests. If you're like me and want that stronghold now, it's a bit of an issue. Especially if those types of creatures don't spawn yet, because your level is too low. In which case, good luck finding those few that were hand-placed by the devs. In addition to souls, you need to get a construction contract from Duke Vedemdren. To get it, you must promise him that you will protect the people of Morrowind. Lying to the authority, really. When you return with the souls and the contract, you have to walk all the way to where your stronghold is being built, away from all civilized life, for 1 line of dialogue. Then return back and go through those blessed tunnels again. And what awaits you once you return back to Uvirif's grave to look at your stronghold? Well, this. I hope you have a microscope, because I can't seem to find the door. And where is the toilet? Number 9 is the Pilgrimage of the 7 Graces. I like this quest now, but from the point of view of a new player, you just want to join the temple. Maybe you want the free shrine privilege, or like me, you've met the Ordinators and you want the forbidden fruit of them being friendly to you. Regardless, before you can even entertain the thought of joining, you are told to go visit these 7 shrines, most of them in the middle of nowhere, or so it feels like. They are strewn across the Morrowind map, and you, foolish newbie, have like 40 in speed, 10 in athletics, and no idea where any of these places are. What joy, but for this phase, anything. Number 8 is the Codebook quest. In all fairness, this Fighters Guild quest is not that annoying to do by itself. It looks so innocent. There is no lengthy journey, there are no enemies, or even any confusion about what you have to do. But alas, poor newbie, completing this quest bars you from ever joining the Thieves Guild in that playthrough. All you have to do, CJ, is start the quest, get the codebook, and before you finish the quest, join the Thieves Guild. But are you, a new player, likely to know this? And will this innocent simple quest make you even suspect that it has far-reaching consequences? Probably not. You'll just find your request to join the Thieves Guild rejected, with no explanation. The only one to tell you what you did wrong will be Google and the wiki. Sounds just like job searching, doesn't it? Except the Thieves Guild is still somewhat reasonable in this example. But hey, this is just one more excuse to play Morrowind a second time. At number 7 I have placed the Quarra Amulet. All vampire quests are annoying due to the unique disadvantages of vampirism. This is a simple fact. But since I don't want to saturate this list with vampire quests, I've picked the most annoying one. The most annoying one to me, anyway. The Quarra Amulet is the second and last quest you do for the Quarra vampire bloodline. The Quarra are the brain-dead warrior faction of vampirism. This quest is a scavenger hunt. Normally, this would be fine. But you are cut off from fast travel. Most of the other content is locked to you, or made considerably more annoying by the simple fact of you being a bloodsucker, and you are unlikely to remember where the required items could be when you actually need them. That always happens. For the record, you need 2 void salts, 1 Daedra heart, 1 vampire dust, 1 skull, and 5 extravagant sapphire amulets. What makes this worse is that the equivalent quests of the other 2 bloodlines are actually somewhat interesting. The Onday, the mages, will have you kill a vampire hunter in broad daylight and get his very good loot. And the Burner, the thieves, want you to kill a former clanmate who left their group and formed a new group on her own. Oh, and then you also have to kill 12 vampires of the other 2 bloodlines before you can fully complete the quest. Have fun, but also make sure to reward your own clan for wasting your time afterwards. Number 6 is the Crimson Plague. This is a Tribunal expansion quest that you can start after you've opened a sealed tomb under the Mournhold Temple. First, you do a few delivery jobs so as to combat the plague that you have accidentally spread all over Mournhold. You naughty person, you. Then a goddamn hidden passage just won't open for you, and you will search the goddamn tomb 17 times trying to find a way to open it. And after you finally give up and consult the wiki, you will learn that it didn't open not because you missed a switch, but because you didn't click one dialogue topic. Bullshit. And then Gedna Relville will one-shot you because she's a bullshit enemy and may or may not also have bugged stats in your version of the game. So now you're stuck trying to exploit alchemy in order to defend yourself from her. But have fun with the useless artifact that she drops. Well, at least you know what to donate to the museum. Number 5 is Tenim's Bounty. Rel's Tenim is a random brigand found in the middle of nowhere, and this Fighters Guild quest wants you to find him and brutally murder him. Business as usual. They say he's somewhere near Voss. Near is a relative term. The moon is near the earth, but somehow I can't go vacation there. Anyway, the directions will have you search for him in places where he isn't, and when you find him after your 30 minutes of searching, you will return to the quest giver for your grand reward of 200 gold. Ugh. To be fair, there is some good loot to be found in there, including Marara's ring. People tend to sleep on this artifact for some reason. At number 4 I have placed Viatrix, the annoying pilgrim. It's in the name. Viatrix wants you to escort her into the most cliff racer infested, ash stormy area of the map, to a tribunal shrine within the ghost fence. If you're not quick about it, or likely in the case of a newer player you get lost, she will keep complaining until she has a meltdown, and then you will fail the quest, having wasted all that time for nothing. To be fair, she does mark Ghost Gate on your map if you ask her about it. The bigger problem for me was that the cliff racers really like to spawn specifically when I do this quest, and they target her in particular. I don't blame them given her personality. It's like having a ticking time bomb that keeps complaining that it's going to explode. It doesn't really make it any less annoying. All for the grand reward of 100 septims. I can maybe buy 1/5 of a skooma bottle with that. Maybe next time just use her as a blood sacrifice to the cliff racers to buy passage to Ghostgate. Number 3 is the Path of the Incarnate. I have mixed feelings about this quest. On the one hand, Kogurun is one of the most fun dungeons in the game, and entering the Cavern of the Incarnate is one of the best moments in the main quest. But I have had so much frustration getting to that point, and I'm sure that when you played that part yourself, you felt that way too, unless you immediately checked on the internet like a filthy peasant. Kogurun is not that bad. You get lost a few times on the way, but you have the general direction of where to go. But the cavern, well, Eye of the Needle, Teeth of the Wind, Skin of the Pearl, what? Look, there is a sharp rock on top of every mountain I can see. The Valley of the Wind could be between any two mountains in a 100-kilometer radius. I am sure the riddle is very clever, but I am very stupid. I just kept walking in a circle until I somehow found the right place by accident. It's a very cool quest, and a rite of passage for every true Morrowind player. But by Azura, is it annoying? At number 2 is the Goblin Army. You've started the Tribunal expansion. You've killed a lot of Dark Brotherhood assassins and done a lot of odd jobs for the guy who hired the Dark Brotherhood assassins. But now it's time to get your ass kicked by a bunch of super goblins. Somehow they are stronger than anything you fought before, including the guy who lived in the volcano. But wait, there's more! The passages are super confusing, and you're likely to get lost and confused looking for the stupid goblin warchiefs and the even more stupid goblin trainers. Boy oh boy, do I like dying and walking in a circle. It's my favorite summertime activity. I like this quest now. It's a fun little dungeon delving experience with challenging foes. But when I remember the first time I played it, it was nothing but frustration and annoyance thanks to the confusing layout and the fact that the Tribunal difficulty spike first showed up in this quest. And finally, number 1. I commend you for reaching this point in the video. If you hear this, please write "Foul beast, away with you!" in the comment section. Just pause the video and write that down, along with your opinions. And now, the gold medal goes to Race Against the Clock. If you side with Falco during the East Empire Company questline, you will have to deliver a report to Carnius. There is a time limit. I hate time limits, probably why I can't get into Daggerfall. You can't take the boat because that takes too much game time. And yeah, I learned that the hard way. When you arrive to Fort Frostmoth, where Carnius is supposed to be, you discover that he isn't. And he's at one of 3 possible locations. And the time limit is still a thing. I hate time limits. But wait, there's more! If you step on the rock, it will trigger a trap that will slow your character down. I also learned that the hard way. Admittedly, the assistant does tell you where Carnius went, so it's not like you're going in blindly. Perhaps I'm being unreasonable. After all, the Path of the Incarnate, the Goblin Army, and even Tenim's bounty surely made me reach higher peak frustration. Well, yes, they did. But out of all of the quests that I've listed, this is the only one that I still dislike, to this day. By the way, if you fail to deliver the report on time, you are expelled from the faction. If there exists a timeline where this happens to me, Carnius, and that goddamn traitor, Falco, both die in that timeline. If you disagree with my objectively correct opinions, feel free to go cry about it in the comment section. But in all seriousness, what is annoying to me may not be annoying to you, so I would love to hear your opinions on this. It has admittedly been more than 10 years since I played Morrowind for the first time, so if you're a new player, you may remind us of the frustrating experiences that I forgot. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this video, please watch this other video. It's funny, my best work yet. You will suffer! Your life